everybody. My name is Brian Bradley. I'm the chair for the Community Partners for Recovery. I'd like to welcome you all to the virtual edition of SoberStock 15. For the past 15 years, SoberStock has served as Fresno's annual celebration for National Recovery Month in September. In light of the current pandemic, we wanted to not only keep the health and safety of our community in mind, but find a way to commemorate this milestone with everything that has made SoberStock the event that so many look forward to each year, from local music to testimonials and more. If you'd like to support this event, we still have t-shirts and masks available. We're asking $15 for sizes small through 2X, $20 for sizes 3X and 4X, and $10 a piece for masks. To order your t-shirt, please call Gary at 559-930-2873. We'll make arrangements to get you your items. On behalf of our committee and the local treatment providers that comprise it, I'd like to thank everyone who submitted their content to take part in this event, and you for joining us for what is sure to be our most unique year yet. But as we know, recovery always finds a way. I'd now like to pass it off to our year's MC, Mark Lienhart, to introduce our national anthem singer.
My name is Mark Lienhart, and I'm proud to once again serve as the MC for SoberStock. Before we begin our festivities, we'd like to welcome Veronica Gonzalez to provide our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner it wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Veronica. That was wonderful. This event wouldn't be what it is without music. So we'd like to get started with a special performance from the Soul Excursions that they recorded for this year's event.
Hello, SoberStock. We are Soul Excursions, and we're here with you for the 6th year in a row and proud to be part of the virtual edition. We're going to start out with a classic Santana song that talks about the part of the journey you've already made through in your recovery. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
You got to Follows you back home.
thank you to my bandmates, Mike, Damien, Chris, and Ephraim. And thanks also to Willie for doing our video and Liz for running our sound. We're going to finish with 2 classic Santana songs.
Turn your back on me, baby. No, don't turn
recovery. Enjoy this celebration.
Thank you, Soul Excursions. Up next, we'd like to jump into some recovery testimonials. Thank you to everyone who has shared their personal stories. You are proof that treatment works and recovery happens.
Hi, my name is Deatra, and I am a recovering alcoholic. I have a sobriety date of March the 27th of 2019. That is super exciting to me. Prior to recovery, I was a binge drinker, and I was just a heavy drinker. And I was depressed, and that was, I think, the big problem for me, was being depressed and drinking. It just was not a good combination. On March the 26th, I drank so heavily that I didn't expect to wake up the next day. And quite frankly, I didn't want to wake up. And when I did wake up in the morning, the first thing I saw was a First Steps commercial. And First Steps Recovery, I called them. They came to my house and picked me up, and it was the best thing that probably could have ever happened to me. My intent was to detox, and that was a 7-day journey. And after that, probably about the 5th day, I was like, there's so much more to this addiction that I need to know and understand, because I don't want to have to come back. I don't want to be stuck in the cycle of relapsing. And so the counselors decided that I could stay, and I stayed for a total of 21 days. And those were the best 21 days of my life. And so now my journey, it's a daily journey, because it's a daily battle. I deal with depression. As much as a social person as I am, I get depressed, and I have a lot of pressures in life, from working full-time to being a mom full-time, and being a sports mom at that, and having teenagers, and I'm a grandmother. And so it's tough, and especially now during this pandemic. But I'm thankful for the staff at First Steps, because they gave me the tools that I needed to be able to recover. And that's being able, they taught me so much, and really dealing with honesty and my emotions. And it was the best thing that could have happened to me. And so now I can live life. I can go to alumni meetings. I can be a part of AA. I can talk to my friends in an honest and open conversation. And when I'm hurting, I let people know that I'm hurting. And that is because I was able to just get honest and get real and get down and dirty on this life of recovery. And that is because this team at First Steps, it's total recovery from beginning, and they're still here a year or so later. And so I'm thankful for First Steps Recovery. And I encourage you, if you are struggling with making this decision, just go for it and do it. And so I thank you so much for listening to this story. Thank you.
Hey, Bill Judson here with Barbara Mendoza. We're at First Steps Recovery alumni meeting, and just taking down some thoughts from people here who have accumulated significant time in their sobriety, and we're just talking with them a little bit about their recovery. So welcome, Barbara, and congratulations. I hear you're nearly 9 months sober now.
Yes, a little bit over 8.5 months.
Well, maybe would you like to tell us a little bit about how you got here?
Yes. Leading up to when I went into treatment, I had started getting really sick. I started having liver problems, and I had been in the hospital a couple times within the year. I ended up getting a blood transfusion, and then I tried to stop, and then I started, and then I tried to stop with doctor's help, and then I started. And then what really made me go to treatment was on Thanksgiving. I didn't take my kids anywhere. And the next day I woke up and I was like, what am I doing? I need to fix this. So that's when I reached out to my doctor and was like, I can't do this on my own. And so I ended up going to First Steps.
All right, well, tell us a little bit about what you've been doing since
Since then, at first I was going to a lot of meetings. I I do also take prescription medication to help me with cravings. But with the whole COVID thing, the meetings did kind of stop. So they have Zoom meetings, but I kind of like that face-to-face. But I do definitely keep in touch with the First Steps alumni program and their aftercare program and make sure that I stay connected, because if I don't go, then I get a whole bunch of text messages. Just to make sure I'm okay. So I make sure to at least stick to that to keep me accountable.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing. Congratulations on your recovery, your ongoing recovery, and obviously First Steps is here and alumni's here. Great to have you part of it, and here's to continued success. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, Robert. Hello, I'm Bill. I'm here at First Steps Recovery Alumni Meeting, and we're here sitting with the president of our alumni group, John. Nice to see you, John.
Yeah, nice to see you guys. It's a pleasure to come in here and talk with you guys.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you here, and your leadership's been outstanding with the alumni group. And I just heard you talk a little bit about your experience, strength, and hope with the group out here. We're hoping we could share that with some other folks via whatever platform this is going to allow.
Okay. Yeah. I had a history of drinking. That was my thing. My whole thing was drinking. So, with that being said, everything that I did was focused around drinking. So I tried to stop many times and couldn't, failed. I had to reach out and get help. And when I finally did reach out and get help, I wanted to be in it, to make sure I got the most out of it.
Sure.
So I stuck around and did that. I did just that. I went up to First Steps and I started my sober recovery from them. And it helped me tremendously, and that's why I'd like to give back too, as much as I can.
That's great. We appreciate that. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've been doing since graduating per se, and how you're staying sober and staying active?
Yeah. Well, what I do is because I'm retired, a lot of people aren't retired, so that's a plus for me. But what I do is I go to meetings. I go to AA meetings.
Good.
I was going to probably at least a meeting a day.
Wow.
I was trying to hit a meeting a day. And then after that, we had our alumni meetings too. So I'd squeeze in a meeting afterwards with another program, an AA meeting.
Great.
I'd catch one of those afterwards. But as long as you stay with it, you get the experience from other people.
Right.
As much as you learn from them, they're learning from you too. Just because you might be sober for a day or 30 days or 60 days, it doesn't matter. Everybody's helping everybody. It's not something to be scared of. I thought for sure going into an AA meeting even that maybe I shouldn't even be there because these people got problems, and it's not like that. It's like a family, just like the program that I went through with First Steps is like a family as well.
Good. So, any final bit of advice you'd give to our audience before we conclude?
Yeah, if you're serious about getting sober, I'd recommend sticking around as long as you can and as much as you can, and get the experience and the knowledge of all of the literature that's out there for you. And just because, I'll say too, just because if their spouses don't understand it, there's other programs out there for the spouses too that can learn what that disease is about.
Like Al-Anon.
Like Al-Anon,
Sure.
yes.
Sure.
So all that stuff is very important.
Well, that's great advice, John. I thank you very much.
Right. Thank you.
Appreciate your time today.
Okay, thank you very much.
Good morning. My name is Lynn Pimentel, Lynn P. I'm an alcoholic and an addict. I am an alumni of the third floor West Care program in 1990. I am known as the godmother, along with John Dutcher, as the godfather of Recovery Happens. We started our venture in 2001, putting together a Recovery Happens event for National Recovery Month. That baby grew into the monster we have today, which is an exciting day-and-a-half event. This year, we're coming to you from the heart, not the body, but it's the same message. Treatment works and recovery happens. That motto was our very first tagline for our first Recovery Happens events. It's a line that brings great relief and gives birth to the concept that every one of us out there has benefited from treatment, and we're in recovery, and it's leading to a lifestyle of joy, love, and pleasure. Treatment works and recovery happens. The thing that worked for me was a very long episode of care, a family concept. Surrounding myself with people to this day are lifelong friends. It is a lifestyle. It's one you absorb and you let go of a whole lot of things that you found of value that no longer are good for you. It's honorable, loving, and real. Keep it real, community partners for recovery. Keep it real, Fresno. We did what others could not do. We are survivors. We are here to tell our stories so that others may walk in our footsteps. We come to SoberStock the last September of every month to see who is still there, to find those that are lost, and to welcome newcomers into the fold. It's a joyous event that continues to this day. And with that said, I want to thank you for letting me say a few words. And remember, life goes on, live long and prosper. Nanu, nanu, may the force be with you.
Hello, I'm Bill with First Steps Recovery. We're sitting here with Sarah, talking a little bit about the alumni meeting that just concluded and kind of why she's here tonight to help out her peers. And so, welcome, Sarah. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
All right. So my name's Sarah. My sober date is 7/10/2019.
All right.
Yeah, so I am currently general manager at Blue Moon Yoga and Juice Bar. I'm in school full time.
Little plug there. I like that.
Yeah. I'm going to be going to nursing school hopefully next year. And yeah, so I came up to First Steps a little over a year ago. Yeah.
Well, good. Well, we're really here to talk and maybe help some other people understand the tools that you're implementing to stay sober, basically.
Yeah. So I was up at First Steps for 2 months, and we did a lot about relapse prevention, learning how to set boundaries with others. That was something that I really had a lot of issues with, especially with working too much or with friends and family. So that's something that I've really learned to implement since leaving First Steps. And I'm active in my program, and I know that was something that they really told us that was important, to stay connected. And I've stayed connected here with our alumni group, and I was in leadership with them, and just staying connected, learning the program, reading, prayer, meditation, all those things that I do on a daily basis have really helped solidify my foundation.
Yoga,
solidify my foundation so that when I left and I was, back in the real world, I was able to cope with situations a lot better from what I learned here.
That's great. Well, congratulations on your ongoing recovery, and thank you so much for all your help with the alumni program. You've been a real force here, and you've helped a lot of people through your efforts. So I want to thank you again, and hopefully we'll stay in touch and we'll catch up next time.
Great. Thanks
so much.
Sarah.
Take care.
Thank you to all who shared their stories. This year, we reached out to our community and received some amazing submissions to comprise our virtual car and bike show. All entries will be eligible to receive one of 3 Best in Show awards. In addition, the recipient of first place will receive a $100 Visa gift card, courtesy of Breathe Easy Insurance Solutions. The recipients of second and third place will receive a $50 and $25 Visa gift card, respectively, provided by First Steps Recovery. Thank you to our generous donors for these. So you might be wondering, how is voting conducted? Well, this is where you, our viewers, come in. From now until Sunday, October 4th, we will be holding an online vote to decide our winners. Please see the link in this video's description and comments section, and on CP4R's Facebook page to make your votes. The recipients will be notified and announced in October. With this said, please enjoy our virtual car show.
Hi, my name is Scott C. and I'm in recovery. This is my Harley Davidson 07 Ultra Classic Screaming Eagle. My motorcycle and my addiction have a lot in common, as where my recovery has given me freedom and my motorcycle gives me freedom. When I'm riding, I don't think about anything, the world problems, my problems, what I need to do, what I should be doing. All I think about is the enjoyment that I'm getting while I'm riding. And in my recovery, the freedom that I got from not being addicted and doing what my addiction wanted me to do and what I thought the world wanted me to do, and that's the same freedom that I needed. The motorcycle is pretty much a everyday cruiser. I mean, we can go for as long as you want. It's got heated grips, CB, radio, Bluetooth, cruise control. It's got all the luxuries that anybody could want, and makes it easy to ride. You can go as far as you want. Long distances is not a problem. And like I said, freedom in both my recovery and riding the bike is a direct correlation. Thank you.
This vehicle is a 1940 Ford four-door deluxe sedan, all original Henry Ford 16-gauge steel, presented by Beth and Chip Davis. Brian Sotelo boxed the original frame, tubed the rear wheels, did all the body work, fabricated the running boards, threshold, seat mounts, rear arm rests, visor mounts, light mounts inside, created the fiberglass center console. The engine, Charlie Sotelo and his crew installed a blueprint engine, 355 cubic inch, 403 horsepower with aluminum cylinder heads, hydraulic roller camshaft, double roller timing change, all balanced and blueprinted. Has a vintage air chrome front runner, John Thompson of J&Ed transmission, rebuilt a GM 700 R4 transmission, Lance Nafar's at Auto Machine Specialties, installed a sniper, self-tuning throttle, fuel injection, a Holley Sniper 550 510 EFI self-tuning throttle body fuel injection system, hyper command center. It has Allen Alda coilover reboundable shocks on an a Jaguar XJ6 independent rear suspension with 4 of those coilover shocks. Has a Heights Super Ride billet Mustang 2 independent front end with adjustable coilovers, power rack and steering, Willwood forged dynamite big brake system for that, custom cut drive line, haywire wiring harness throughout. It's got LED taillights, halo headlights, power windows, I did it, tilt steering column, banjo style steering wheel, electric wipers, modified dash, auto meter, old time white analog gauges, Walker large radiator with an AC condenser, 14-gallon custom fuel tank. The media in the back is inside has a Pioneer 7-inch flip-up screen display, hands-free Bluetooth, USB, DVD, CD, custom navigation system, remote control, infrared rear vision camera. Memphis Car Audio has a 4XM Class AB amplifier, a Class D sub amplifier. It's got a subwoofer. It's got M-Class mid-range drivers and tweeters. It's got the JL audio mixer. I'm Chip Davis, and this is my wife. This is our daily driver. This is what we take to the store and back. My sobriety date is June 10th, 1984.
Woo-woo! Thank you, Chip.
You got it.
Hi, I'm John. I'm with First Steps Recovery in the alumni group.
This is my Harley here. It's a soft tail. It's an '04. It's my baby. It's the first Harley I've had. So, anyways, we're just doing this speech on, I guess, our vehicles and what keeps me motivated and going in my sobriety. This is it right here, one of them. Keeps me active, keeps me wanting to stay on the road. And with this Harley, it's a piece of a dream right here. So as long as I could stay sober, I can keep riding. And it always goes hand in hand. And drink and drive. So the most part about it is driving around and being with my group, being with the people I like, the ones I care about. And yeah, this Heritage Softail is a sweet bike. It's the first bike I've owned as far as a Harley. But yeah, take some pictures of it all the way around. Takes a lot of maintenance. Got to keep scrubbing on it just to keep it shiny. But that's another way to keep busy, stay active, keep going to your meetings and your groups that way. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say. It's not too much. It's a piece of art right there.
Hi, my name's Mike. I've got a 1973 Volkswagen thing I picked up about 3 years ago, and I've been going through it, just taking my time as I'm kind of rebuilding it and put my own little touches on it. We've gone through it and did the interior on it, putting our own, not factory by any means with that kind of color combination in there, but it was fun. It's fun every time we get in. It always puts a smile on people's faces. We went through and worked on the motor. It's not stock by any means. It's a 2234 with red line fuel injection on it to make it so I can run it on flat land and all the way up into the mountains. But yeah, that's it. That's our thing, and we have fun with it. Hope you enjoy it.
How you doing? My name is Charlie Perez from Bakersfield, California. I work right here at Steps. I'm a counselor. I've been here for 15 years. This is my bike here, Black Beauty, 2008 Broken Classic. And you know what? I've always had pride in things that I ride. So now it's Harleys. Well, it's been Harleys for a long time. But anyways, I've been a counselor for about 23 years. You know that my life has changed a lot from being an addict for at least 20 years to today. And if there's any time that you need help or anything, I'm right here at Steps, man. So give me a call. Take care.
Thank you to all who participated in our car show. Don't forget to cast your votes for our Best in Show winners via the link in our program description and in the comments. We would now like to welcome on Disciple 13 with an excerpt from their 2017 CD release show.
We're having fun. How about you guys? We feel so blessed to do this and be here with our Forever family. I know there's people from other churches and other recovery programs, and we're just so glad that you would come out tonight. And there's only one person that can make that happen. That's Jesus Christ. So anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd tell you that My name is Robert. I'm a grateful believer in Jesus Christ, and I struggle with codependency and depression. And I just celebrated 8 years of recovery. So I'm happy. And this song is kind of, it was a precursor to all that. It's called Lord Find Me. I've told the story a few times before, but basically I was in a bad relationship. My life wasn't working on all levels, and it did get kind of crazy. So I had an alcoholic girlfriend that lived up in the Bay Area that I'd go see. And her kids would call me on the phone and say, "Where's mom? Where's mom? I don't know where mom is." So I drive like a maniac up there because I was so deep in my codependency. And I started driving faster and faster, and then all of a sudden I passed a high patrol going over 100 miles an hour on the right-hand side of the road. And just so you know, they really don't like that. You hear like, step out of the car, let me see your hands. They don't know if you're running from them for one reason. So that wasn't a lot of fun. And that was a big indication that I needed to start trying to change my life and get serious about it. So this is called Lord Find Me. Lost in your eyes, I feel I'm falling. Two hearts looking for a man. Knocking in my mind, I hear me calling, asking when will I see you again? When will I see you again? Driving my car like there's no tomorrow. Looks like my head is warm again. choked up a little bit on that song. It's a little too personal. But I love that song. I love doing that song. So let's kick it up a little bit. What do you think? give you a chance to look around, maybe look at Critically Ill's merch table, and maybe just out the 13s. We got some t-shirts and some thank CDs over there. And it's going to be a short break. People have a chance to, walk around and mingle. Say hello to something you haven't seen for a while. I think that would be good. So this song is called Joyful Noon. When you're walking crooked, it never
Thank you, Disciple 13. We would now like to share a little bit about the keynote speaker for this year's event, Dr. Carrie Randazzo. Dr. Randazzo has over 20 years of experience working with adults, adolescents, and their families in the areas of mental health and chemical dependency. She is a graduate of the California School of Professional Psychology in Fresno, California, with a specialty in cross-cultural psychology. She was formerly an assistant professor of psychology and the lead faculty member of Psychology of National University. She is currently an active member and teacher for CCAP in California and is also the executive clinical director for First Steps Recovery's residential and outpatient programs located in Clovis, California. She also currently resides on the California Board of Registered Nursing Diversion Board as a public member. Without further ado, to speak on the importance of family in the recovery process, Dr. Carrie Randazzo.
Hi, welcome to SoberStock. I'm Dr. Carrie Randazzo, and I'm honored to be here today as your keynote speaker. I too am in recovery, and I love SoberStock. I'm there every year, and it's exciting, and I am so glad we're able to do this during our pandemic. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about family involvement in addiction treatment. I think that's so important right now while we're going through this pandemic to talk about our relationships with our families. They're so important. I mean, most of us are isolated, and a lot of times the only people we're having a lot of interaction with is our families, right? I mean, I know that I do virtual Zoom meetings for my 12-step meetings and speak to my friends on Zoom, but my family is extremely important in my recovery. So I'd like to share with you a little bit about that. So here we go. So I'm going to talk about family involvement in addiction treatment. This is my passion and my love because I believe we don't live on an island by ourselves, right? That we all interact with one another and that it's important. I know in addiction is a very isolative disease. And so it can be extremely scary. And so becoming in recovery, at least for myself, I knew I had to connect with people because I was so disconnected. So let's talk about this. In recovery, having family members involved in your treatment process is instrumental to motivating people. It's an integral part of treatment, and healthy family and positive family rules are incorporated and taught during family group and family counseling, etc. It meets the needs of everyone in the family, and we learn clear boundaries. During addiction, and we all know this, in fact, I know this from my own family and when I was in my disease, relationships become strained. There's frequent denial by people. I know in my family, my children were always, Mom's not that bad. She works full time. She gets up. She's not that bad. She can control this. We're isolated from the community and there's low emotional intimacy. Addiction is about disconnection. And that's why it's so important that we have SoberStock, because it's about connecting with our community, connecting with others. So with family, we get them to connect. There's some major rules in families of addiction that I think are important. 3 major rules. One is addicts' drug use is the most important thing, meaning that when we're ill, we take attention away from everybody else in the family. We are like the number one issue that they look at, correct? How do we fix them? What do we do about them? We take up a lot of the family's time. Also, an addict is not responsible for their behavior nor family problems. So we go, okay, we're not responsible for this. We're using. So when you guys have these problems, we're not responsible. That's your issue. Status quo must be maintained. So it's very hard to change the relationship. Family wants to get you into recovery, but it's very hard because once you do get in recovery, we change, correct? And the whole family dynamic changes. People getting healthy changes the whole system because the whole system has to get healthy. There's 3 other rules involved in addicted families with addiction in it. 1, we don't talk. We don't tell anybody about our addiction, right? Family members keep it quiet. They have a lot of shame and guilt about addiction. A lot of that is because they think it's a willpower thing, strength. And one thing we do in addiction treatment is we teach them that this is a disease. And it's a disease. And in fact, I love saying this. The American Medical Association deemed this a disease in 1951. And we still run around talking about it's a willpower, it's your strength, it's how strong you are, when really a disease. It's a disease as dedicated by American Medical Association in 1951. Also, we don't trust others and we don't like to feel. Addicted families, also, there's major roles that everybody in the family plays when you have an addicted person. Roles are more rigid in addicted families. Children tend to occupy one of the four roles here. The hero. They're self-reliant and the responsible one. They're the ones that get dressed up. If mom's hungover in the bedroom, they're getting up ready for school. They're going to school on time. They're very self-motivated and directed. They also take away from the addicted person because they're the good kid. Then you have your scapegoat, of course. I love being a scapegoat. That's what I was. Scapegoats act out and they're blamed for everything. So the scapegoat kind of takes the hit for everything. They're kind of like the savior. I'll take all the pain. You guys be okay. I'm going to direct this away from the addicted person. Then you have the lost child. That's the adjuster. That just goes with the flow. They normally hide in their room. They just kind of stay out of the way. And then you have your mascot. That's the funny and humorous one in the family. They provide a distraction by joking and laughing and being happy-go-lucky. They provide a distraction from the addict. The impact of addiction on couples is detrimental, and I love doing couples therapy, by the way. I love it, and I love family counseling too. I don't know, it's just my passion. But anyway, addiction is detrimental to romantic relationships. There is shown improvement with abstinence and recovery. Violence and aggression, 60% of alcoholics, they noted in research, are violent to their partner. That's 60%, that's a lot. Prevalence of domestic violence by members of addiction treatment groups double that of the general population. And relationships end in dissolution or divorce. We also have codependency and enabling in family members. That the codependent, what that means is you lose your identity. Your identity is based on the addict's identity. You're self-sacrificing to the detriment of yourself, and you have low self-esteem. And enabling maintains the drug or alcohol use, and it controls both the behavior and the environment. What enabling is, basically, to sum it up, enabling is when I don't allow someone to have the natural consequences of their behaviors. So enablers, that goes with codependency. I don't allow the addict to have their natural consequences of their behaviors. A lot of codependents, for example, will call into work for you. He's sick, he can't make the call, he'll be to work tomorrow. That's an enabling behavior. They don't let the addict or the alcoholic take care of their wreckage. Family counseling, they have noticed, is among the best outcomes for recovery from addiction. It's among the top 5 treatments. So it's on the top 5 list of doing in good addiction treatment. It's superior to peer group, individual-oriented treatment modalities. So it's superior to just peers and individual treatment. That means just the addict getting treated and not the family involvement. Also, we teach families to have regular and daily rituals. It's so cool. Structure your family life. Have a game night. Go out to dinner. Provide stable family identity where everyone's healthy. One non-addicted parent can have a buffering effect on the rest of the family. They provide the stability, and there's better psychological outcomes. Also, by doing family counseling and being involved in family treatment. It improves communication and problem solving. It reduces negative interactions and increases communication. It increases positive interactions, communication, and support. It solves the current problems and increases family rituals and positive interactions. And that's wonderful. So in this day and age of our pandemic, let's come together as a family and a community, and let's talk openly about this. Anyway, I am so happy to be here, and I wish you all a wonderful SoberStock. Thank you for allowing me to present today. Bye-bye.
Thank you for the insight, Dr. Randazzo. Now we would like to welcome back a longtime supporter of SoberStock, the Purpose to Praise School of Dance, with a previous performance from 2019.
I wanna look in all the things that you
right. I need you to get up out of your seat and high five 10 people across this room. Don't just stand your room, tell them across the room. You will win. Come on, high five 10 people, tell them you will win. You will be a winner.
Thank you, Purpose to Praise. While we unfortunately can't hold a provider fair in person, we still wanted to allow some of our local treatment providers to share about their programs. For those who may be in need of services, their contact info will be listed prominently.
Greetings, Sonia Navarro, the case manager with Turning Point First Street Outpatient Center. I was kindly asked by my supervisor to provide a short video of the services that we provide here. But before I go into that, I wanted to say how happy and excited I was to hear that SoberStock was still going to be held on virtually. And even though it is virtual, I'm sure it's going to be an amazing treat for everybody in attendance. The services we provide here at First Street Outpatient Center provide adult individuals currently on AB 109 pretrial supervision and in need of substance abuse disorder treatment, as well as mental health support here on site. We provide daily program rehabilitation and support, assessments and treatment planning, individual therapy, educational SUD services, as well as referral and placement assistance for those individuals in need of a much higher level of care, which can be anywhere from residential treatment, withdrawal management, and even sober living. Myself as a case manager and the other case manager here will track our clients throughout their residential treatment and ensure that that transition is as smooth as possible. But as we all know, during these trying times in dealing with the pandemic, it can be pretty challenging for not only us as providers, but especially our clients who are dealing with their own personal situations outside of treatment. We at First Street are doing such a great job as a team in keeping our clients engaged in telephonic services and as needed on-site one-on-one individuals, which we all know again are super important during this time for all of us. Aside of these services, we here at First Street do our very best to engage our clients in every aspect of their treatment and ensure they feel important throughout the entire process so they in turn can feel comfortable and begin to make those connections and create those crucial lines of communication with us to better tailor and personalize their treatment and further support them in their recovery efforts. So that is First Street in short, and if ever you're in the area of 3636 North First Street, I will be glad to give you a short tour and introduce you to our amazing Turning Point First Street Fun Bunch team. Thank you and have fun this year at SoberStock 2020 and be safe.
Hi, my name is Michelle. I'm from Central Valley Nar-Anon Family Group. I came to Nar-Anon roughly 3 years ago in crisis situation. My daughter was in active addiction. I was lost, broken. I didn't know where to turn. I was able to find this group online and went to the website and called the number and was invited to come to a meeting. I walked into the rooms expecting to get answers on how to help my addict. I soon found out that it was much more than that It's a 12-step program for families. We all share our experiences, and everybody draws on the strength of others. And once I started to work my program, my addict started to work a program for her. We take it one day at a time. I don't know where I'd be without Nar-Anon. I tell people often that this program has saved my life. I absolutely have gained amazing friendships and lifelong friendships. And it is a wonderful program to be part of. All ages, families can come in and share and listen. Currently, right now, we meet twice a week via Zoom, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 to 8:30. I think the website will be posted below. We'd love to have you join us. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Domingo Zapata. I'm the Executive Director at the Fresno County Hispanic Commission on Alcohol and Drug Abuse Services, Incorporated. The Hispanic Commission, as most people know, is a 501c3 nonprofit corporation governed by a 9-member board of directors. Administrative offices are located at 1803 Broadway Street in Fresno, California at 93721. And the telephone number is area code 559-268-6480. It is the mission of this agency to reduce the incidence of substance abuse and its consequences among the at-risk populations in Fresno County by facilitating access to equitable and quality services for individuals, families, and communities through culturally and linguistically appropriate service delivery. The two major components offered are the Driving Under the Influence, or DUI, services in our Driving Abuse Treatment and Education, or DATE program. Our DUI services are typically offered Monday through Saturday in our Fresno and Sanger licensed facilities. However, due to COVID-19, a great majority of our services are now on telehealth or Zoom with minimal public contact. For more information, call area code 559-268-6475 and ask for Desiree or Alicia. We also have a 12-bed facility for our men's Spanish-speaking residential SUD program, Nuestra Casa Recovery Home. All services are paid with private insurance, drug medical, fee-for-service, and free for indigent Fresno County residents. For more information, call area code 559-485-0501 and ask for Maggie or Albert. We look forward to seeing you at SoberStock 15's virtual edition in Fresno, California. Thank you.
Hello, SoberStock 15. My name is Sean Jenkins, and I'm the Deputy Chief Operating Officer for WestCare. We are proud to once again be a part of this important event for the Central Valley recovery community. WestCare California provides a wide variety of health and human services that pertain to treatment and rehabilitation, mental health and wellness, veterans services, criminal justice services, education and prevention, and housing opportunities. In regards to our treatment and rehabilitation services in Fresno, we offer intensive residential treatment for men and women and parents with children ages 0 to 12. We also offer adult outpatient programs as well as separate sober living environments for men and women. For information on admissions for our treatment programs as well as other services that we offer within the state, please see the number below. Thank you, and have a great SoberStock event.
I'm Kyle Winningham. I'm the sales manager at Breathe Easy Insurance Solutions. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the experience that the client has when they call us. Usually when a client is calling us, they're going through a DUI, which for a lot of people, it's probably the most serious thing that's happened to them. Really what we're here to do is to help folks navigate through all the different requirements that you're going to need in order to reinstate your license. So we help out with SR22 filings. We're directly connected to a company that helps out with interlock devices. So when folks are calling us, there's different things that they're going to need to complete in order to reinstate their license. And we try to simplify it as much as possible. That way they have an easy process when they go into the DMV.
Hello, I'm Josh Beauchene, founder and CEO at First Steps Recovery, and thank you, SoberStock, for allowing us as an organization to be a part of this really neat event. I want to highlight a few things that First Steps Recovery does. We are a full continuum of care program, meaning we start with detoxification services, which is a medical portion of treatment under the supervision of our double board certified psychiatrist. It takes about 7 to 14 days where the patient stabilizes medically, and then they transfer into our gender-specific residential program where patients are in different housing based on gender, and then we have specific curriculum for each gender that focuses on trauma-informed therapy as it relates to substance use disorder. Once they've completed our program, they transfer down into our partial hospital program, which is outpatient, and they live in a supportive environment, whether at sober living or at their own homes, and they participate in clinical treatment 6 hours a day, 5 days a week. That lasts about 15 to 20 days. Once they've completed that part of the program, they transfer into our intensive outpatient program, which is a 9 to 12 hour a week program where they continue to live in a supportive living environment. And it's really focused on walking them into reintegrating into the community. And so that lasts about 60 days. After that, we have a year program of outpatient services, which typically range or involve individual therapy, a support group a week, and then individual case management once a week. And that's kind of helping them continue to maintain the change that they've worked so hard to achieve as it relates to sobriety and being in recovery. So once they finish that program, we offer a lot of supportive aftercare, which are at no cost to the patients, that include a robust alumni program with lots of events and activities so they can really build new community. And that's kind of the whole part of the program, is really wrapping our arms around them and the families and supporting them through the whole process of recovery. So thank you again for allowing us to be a part of this.
Hello, my name is McKenna and I'm a board member at Christian Sober Living. Our goal is to glorify God by providing a safe and faith-based environment for those who are recovering from addictions to alcohol, drugs, and pornography. Our goal is to see our residents develop long-term sobriety while growing closer to God. Our name reflects our dedication and our commitment to sobriety and to a new life in Christ. We stand firm on the verse of 1 Corinthians 10:13 that says, "No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, He will give you a way out so that you can endure it." We would love to share more information with you about our goal, our heart, and our ministry in the Valley and our surrounding communities. Please feel free to reach out to our director, Paul Gilman, by emailing him at paulgilman@christiansoberliving.net. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
Hi, I'm Carrie Smithson, Program Manager for Mental Health Systems, Fresno First. We provide withdrawal management and residential treatment to women and their minor children. At Fresno First, we believe that changing people's lives changes the world.
My name is Robin Rubens, and I am the case manager at NHS Fresno First Recovery Residence Program. We provide services for women that have successfully completed residential treatment and are currently enrolled in outpatient services. We focus primarily on transitioning women into the next phase of their recovery into their new life.
Hi, my name is Sierra and I'm the program supervisor at Family and Youth Alternatives. We offer client-driven and strength-based outpatient treatment services for adolescents ages 13 to 17 and adults. We also offer post-release services for the Floyd Crow Substance Abuse Unit and the New Horizons programs located inside the Juvenile Justice Center and the Juvenile Drug Court program. If you or your family feels that any of these services would be helpful for you, please give us a call at 559-225-9117. Thank you.
Hey, my name is Heather and I'm a grateful recovering addict of 12 and a half years. I give a shout out to Mental Health Systems, Fresno First, and my sponsor, Susan.
Hello, my name is Rob Martin. I am the Executive Director for Fresno New Connections.
outpatient substance use disorder treatment and mental health services program. Fresno New Connections has been serving the Fresno County area since 1975. We were formerly known as the Alcoholism and Drug Abuse Council. We are committed to providing quality treatment and mental health services to the community, and it's our goal to assist individuals in addressing their needs in all areas of their life as part of the recovery process. We provide adolescent services for those 12 to 17 years old and adult services for those 18 and older. We have strong relations with probation, drug court, Fresno County Services System, and other area service providers, as well as Fresno County Department of Behavioral Health. And it's our desire to help link people to whatever services that they need in addition to services that we provide. We have added medication-assisted services, treatment services, also known as MAT, and we've worked with a local clinic to provide those services. We are Medi-Cal funded and have additional funds available through a contract with the Fresno County Department of Behavioral Health, and for those having no other means of payment. We are located on Cedar, as I said, between Ashland and Gettysburg, and directly on the fax line, close to freeways 168 and 41. The best way to reach us is to call the number on the screen and speak to our friendly front desk person who will provide whatever information you may require. I hope you enjoy the SoberStock 2020 virtual edition and the rest of the weirdness that is the year 2020. If you are interested in our services, please don't hesitate to give us a call, and we will assist you in any way we possibly can. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cindy.
And I'm Kelby, and we're part of the leadership team at Celebrate Recovery at Northwest Church. And we would like to thank SoberStock for the opportunity for our CR band, 812, to play for you today, and for us to have some time to let you know a little more about what we have to offer the recovery community.
Celebrate Recovery is a 12-step program just like others, only we identify our higher power as Jesus Christ. Another unique difference is we offer help and recovery for all areas of addictions, hurts, habits, and hangups. And the way we do this is through accountability, fellowship, step work, and God's Word, the Bible. On almost any night of the week, you can find a Celebrate Recovery in our valley somewhere. Our CR at Northwest Church in Fresno meets every Thursday night, starting with the dinner at 5:30, then large group at 6:30 for a time of worship by our band, and every other week it's either a lesson on the 12 steps or a personal testimony, followed by small groups at 7:30. We wrap up the evening with desserts and fellowship at 8:30.
As we know, the need for recovery is great in the world, and Celebrate Recovery is a place for everyone in the family to find healing. We have had the pleasure to see many families restored through working the steps. This year, SoberStock is celebrating 15 years of reaching out to the recovery community and bringing us all together in unity.
Well done, SoberStock.
Happy birthday.
Thank you to all our providers who participated. To close out this year's event, we would like to hand it off to 812 for a performance that they recorded specifically for this year's event. And now, 812.
Lay my life down at your feet. You're the only one I need. Turning you and you will always there. In troubled times, it's you I seek. Put you first, that's all I need. Humble all I am, all to you. One way. Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could side for you. We're living all for you. You are the way, the truth, and the life. We live by faith and not by sight for you. We're living all for you. You are the way, the truth, and the life. We live by faith and not by sight for you. We're living all for you. Jesus living. You are the way, the truth, and the life. We live by faith and not by sight for you. We're living all for you. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. Promise that you made to me. Take my hand. My mind reels, all my senses rise. I think of you. Oh Lord, I think of you. I look for you. I
the crown. Tell the treasure of the world you have found. There's a table that you prepared for me in the presence of my enemies. It's your body and blood shed for me. This is how I fight my battles. There's a table that you prepared for me in the presence of my enemies. It's your body and your blood you shed for me. This is how I fight my battles. And I believe you've overcome, and I will lift my song of praise for all you've done. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. This is how. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. This is how. In the valley, I know that you're with me, and surely your goodness and mercy follow me. So my weapons of This is how I fight my battle. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. It may look like I'm surrounded, but oh, I know the truth. Oh, I know the truth. There is power in your name, Jesus.
I will give you all my worship. I will give you all my praise. You alone I long to worship. You alone are worthy of my praise. I will worship with all of my heart. I will praise you with all of my strength. I will seek you all of my days. I will follow all of your ways. I will give you all my worship. I will give you all my praise. You alone I long to worship. You alone are worthy of my praise. I will bow down. Hail you as King. I will serve you. Give you everything. I will lift up my eyes to your throne. I will trust you. I will trust you alone. Yeah. I will give you all my worship. I will give you all my praise. You alone I long to worship. You alone are worthy of my praise. I will give you all my worship. I will give you all my praise. You alone, oh, I long to worship. You alone are worthy of my praise. I will give you all my worship. I will give you all my praise. You alone, oh, I long to worship you, yeah. You alone are worthy of my praise. I will give you all my worship. I will give you all my praise, yeah. You alone, oh, I long to worship you, yeah. You alone are worthy of my praise. You're worthy of my praise.
This concludes this year's SoberStock. On behalf of us at CP4R, I'd like to thank everyone that has made this virtual event possible. For those who submitted their videos, those who compiled it, while this pandemic has cast much uncertainty onto the world, we must remember that recovery still happens. Thank you, and we'll see you next year.